Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Happy Country Sunday. Today, na Monday, the number 26th day for this month of June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman. Mr. No Connie Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where it bring una the truth. It bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people across the globe from Ambazonia, I come today with honest discussion about our liberation struggle as the dust in not yet be settled and the smoke it is still come out for the fire them way La Republic to Cameroon, then set them for last town day for inside Ekona, following the killing of 4 Ambazonian youth, all of them teenagers, and one other Bamemda and Glow was amongst them. The youths were all playing video games in their own ghetto when they were busted and killed by the Cameroon terrorists. This has led our people to scratch their head and ask themselves, when shall this killing end? What shall we do? What should we do? Who is doing what? Yesterday as well, fellow Ambazonians, we had also the tragic death of one of the unions of the street vendors in Bamemda, who was killed by the Cameroon terrorist military in their attempt to arrest one Bamemda. One body was selling along the street in Commercial Avenue. This particular boy, he get argument with the Cameroon beat and where they patrol. Then turn go back, go bring their other friend them, and then try for arrest he. As the one arrest he, na way their union, their trade union leader, he come for he asks the Cameroon beat and say, why would not one arrest this boy? When I get arrest warrant, then just move na gun, put him for his chest, shoot him. The other friend, he want try for intervene, then shoot it too for his hand, then shoot gun for up, carry the person with the one carry and go, while they die body for the trade union leader, he lie for ground. No respect at all for our institutions, our people, their representative, neither any respect for our human life.
The mango when I intervene, say the no big cash man way, then a Sunday.
Yeah. The president never
the president for the who say what I did. The one that one be there for Bamotuna, na even should be now. That way we jump on. Yeah, you make the go now, later.
Like the skin.
Yeah, you want the textbook.
And that's how they shoot around.
That is the conduct of the Cameroon occupation forces them for inside Ambazonia. Our people, they ask themselves, what did they do? This time, we don't get direct access for the international community. We push things them for them, for let them know exactly what way they happen for our country. But our people, them, they need to know exactly the possibility for the international community for help we and the possibility for us for successful defend ourselves and protect or stop the killing where they happen for our people them. So mommy, he call me, he cry after he watched the video then where he come off for a corner. He talks say Capo Daniel. That means say for that white man country them so. Some person no feel look all this killing where they kill our people. Even saw herself say even if they are neighbor. You see how they kill another person in no come come stand for talk some things. Our people they crash their head. They don't wait, nothing in it happen. Fellow Ambazonians, we need to understand how the international community they work. When Abisise in the beginning of this struggle, when our lawyers, our trade union them, our teachers them, our students them, then rise up for protest about marginalization, up calling for a restructuring of the system, either for federation or we go trade and say we go separate for La Republic to Cameroon. Then turn for kill our people them. Even the American ambassador, he be come out, he stand up, he condemn Paul Biya, he indict he. Talk say Paul Biya, he commit crimes of targeted killing for inside Ambazonia and arbitrary arrest. Because now the primary support that we will get them, say the international community, he go intervene. Because when you the fight man way over strong pass you, the only way if you win that fight or if you protect yourself, now say me other people the way then strong pass you, or people then come gather for holy, or try for separate the fight, or even for bring justice. The international community now the primary aid or hope for help for stop Paul Biya crimes and the state of Cameroon their crimes in Ambazonia. Once all the international community where they don't referee They don't talk say na pobia it cheat, na pobia it cause this killing, na pobia it waka kill our people them. All Ambazonian they be wake up with one mop. Even ni John Frundi be come out to a stand up, he talk to say na pobia the key people. About bala them all man if be come out stand for talking na La Republic, they cause all this problem them for our people them. The international community it no be jo end for talk. As pobia it continue for Kiwi, then put sanction on pobia. The German government will be the support Cameroon for train their military, then for fight Boko Haram where no man no be even know. Then come out council and say they no fit help this type of government where they kill your own people them. Donald Trump at one time he talks say the Ambazonian for the diaspora. Then be the one of the most organized people the way they don't raise their problem, it don't reach far. So the war in know our problem, they don't hear our problem, including the Russian them too. Their foreign affairs minister, where they like their own secretary of state. He to be done stand up, he talk also about the Ambazonian struggle. So the whole war he know about our problem. Even the United Kingdom, during their time where they be the head for the Security Council, when they're supposed to make that decision, them too be done also talk about our problem and talk about their strategy on how they feel help our problem. So when that problem is done day, the next thing where the international community they care about the most, now about the way forward, the type of solution, the way they go propose and way if you stop this problem, if you bring a permanent solution for this problem. At that time for Skakuf, the Tassan Wilfred them, they be the same letter all over the world in a very diplomatic manner. Seseko too, he come, they push later, they work a campaign. Our people, they rally, Bo Herbert, and every single person, J. Carl, every single Ambazonians, they rise up for protests. When I see how the Basque, they protest today, when I see Ambazonia, them again for the no. But there was a time where we were all standing together and fighting. Even the Kawala them. Then too they be stand the toxic pobia it be wrong. And the solution where our people they be want them, it be na independence. Even Cardinal Tumi says it be establish them with scientific fact. Say the solution where our people they want them, they want the separation and independence. These things were not in doubt. What has gone wrong, my people them? Where all those voices where they be come together for a common purpose. For address pobia the enemy. What has gone wrong? Today, that pobia have become the most strongest person. He has consolidated power. Those who the hella before fight Ambazonia, now they don't become the most strongest part for a government. They don't seize all senators, parliamentarian things and give for them. It don't become more strong. Even within your own country, the opposition voices the way they be there for day. You get the UNDP of Bello Buba and all those other voices, them all they don't be destroyed completely. Now you get Maurice Kamto, where they don't come to for organize themselves, for challenge the BIA, but none of them, they need to stand for support any solution where you go even apply pressure for poor BIA or La République du Cameroon, their government, if the solution it be predetermined as that of independence. Because La République them be united for one thing. They are united to hold Ambazonia at any cost. The only difference, I say, some of their opposition them, they want to make the whole win a true dialogue. But when it comes to Ambazonia, the whole Cameroon is united for one solution. They want to keep Ambazonia primarily because of our natural resources as well as for their own ego as a nation. While Pobia have been successful to consolidate his own support within his base, making allies even with the people that differs with him like the Frundis, the Maurice Kamto and the rest. He has even cajou even the journalist. The language of the journalists have changed. While for us Ambazonians, we have gone to the extremes. We have cut off any people that we have similar common interests with. The opposition parties are no longer comfortable with us. They have now outrightly support the regime of La République du Cameroon agenda so far as it concerns Ambazonia. Even amongst our camp, we have isolated everybody. You have the group of the AD-AGOF-C. For them, if you are not AGOF-C, it means that you are against AGOF-C. We have the new groups that is coming up in Ground Zero as well. You have the APLC, whatever name they have, they are trying to replicate the same ideology of the AMF. If you are not under their group, you do not exist. Our partisanship have gone to the extremists that it has isolated everybody and everybody else is living with their own small cocoon. Ambazonians cannot even protest, let alone sit together as one people, by themselves. Take, for example, in Bamemda, all the pidgin journalists and pidgin speaking programs have always been sympathetic, given rationale with the actions of Ambazonian forces. Today, all of them have changed their tune. You don't need to go far, but turn to all the pidgin radio stations in Bamemda, and even on their podcast versions on WhatsApp, all of them have turned their back against our boys. All of them. Why? Because of our own excesses that have promoted excesses by giving blind check to soldiers, groups that are political leaders or leadership who are supposed to assume responsibility, are now taking orders from soldiers on the ground. Soldiers on the ground can never lead a political movement, or never will they ever successfully do so. Soldiers, once you carry a gun, the anxiety of holding a gun, I speak as somebody who have held gun in my hands, the anxiety of carrying a gun, they're worried about your own security, about your own radar, before even thinking about missions, let alone start thinking about political decisions that sometimes will come into direct conflict with your own immediate environment, or as your own posture in a particular geopolitical area does not permit even a soldier to become a politician during the middle of a war. The type of soldiers that are politicians are soldiers that have support from the international communities with guns, like the Kabilas, like the John Garangs, like the Fidel Castro. Let nobody deceive you. We don't have the John Garangs, we don't have the Kabilas, we don't have the Fidel Castro. Neither do we have the Paul Kagames or the Musevinis. We don't have any of those. We are a sheep without Nganako, a cow without a tail. While it is true that La Republique cannot win Ambazonia, Ambazonia is capable of defeating itself. We are not capable of rational thinking. We have become delusion in our own midst. Our leaders concocting stories about diplomatic engagement, lying to our people, giving them false hope. We have negative competition against each other, envy, jealousy, what I call the wicked black man syndrome. No Ambazonian in the liberation struggle will support anything Ambazonian that does not come from them or does not enhance them. That is the problem we have in Ambazonia. And today we look at our cry of our people in Ekona, in Bamemda, in Babanki, in Belo, and we ask ourselves, what is the international community doing? What is the solution? My fellow country people then, we get not only two solutions for the problem for end the killing. One, now forget a solution for solve the problem we'll get and for La Republique we go address our aspiration. That means make we get independence. Or make we move Cameroon. Me then stop for kill our people. And now only two ways they for do them. One, na say make we get the international community where then strong past Cameroon. Me then can force Cameroon. Me then stop this war. Me then force Cameroon for Shidong negotiate a settlement for this war. For this particular solution, we don't lose them. We don't be set back at least 7 years backward. Make no man no deceive you. For the international community now, for the Americans, the British, the Germans, and all the G5, the big five country them, when they be most influential, where they push pressure for La Republique du Cameroon. All of them, they don't decide, say, they no go put that pressure for La Republique du Cameroon anymore as it stand. For two things. One, Paul Biya, they can't die. They won't give them chance for do their transition for their country. So they not be interested for do anything for put pressure for Paul Biya. Now, either way, Paul Biya done turn the country into one-party system, and no man, nobody even talk about the democratic worries and where the international community, they always get them. Paul Biya, if he actually go around now, became key people there, I say one time, no man no go talk anything. That is just the fact, and that is just the truth. The ability of the international community to force a solution for Ambazonia was relying on this small window of transition in La Republique du Cameroon. That window have come through the Canadian pre-talks, and it has passed. We have screwed it up. Not because of La Republique du Cameroon wickedness. We know that La Republique du Cameroon primary leverage that the international community have used is the issue of loan. Because Cameroon now relies totally now for loan for IMF and the World Bank. So for Cameroon for continue for the get loan, they need for hear which way the international community in the talk. Now, as it is, so the international community in offices stop Cameroon for not take that loan again. They must provide that loan, and the leverage should be given for Cameroon for put them that pressure, that incentive in no day. Because we say we don't show the international community say we prefer our own way of doing things than even for respect and put our people their interests first. But that one a history. When I see Paul Biya, they run, they go for francs. Because he knows that francs don't guarantee them the loan. He go do everything, including go change the constitution when I think way will be no say Paul Biya no go ever do one. He be willing for do the thing the way it be needed for ye, for gain the support way the international community go give for ye. The problem I say we Ambazonia will not get that capacity for be able for do what way it need diplomatically for get the support for the international community for even threaten Paul Biya for stop the loans them. We do it militarily and we do it diplomatically. Militarily, now for affect those critical infrastructure for CDC, where Cameroon it be future for Cameroon, their financial worthiness consideration. We target them, we target the Chad Cameroon pipeline project, we target many things that we are try for do them. And be successful at least 10% of those operations. The rest of those operations, I cannot do them because I lack the finance. And if I go for raise the finance, not only our own people that go can't stop them, make all type of stupidity. Not only we stop our own ability. For the past 7 years, our capacity for develop a cohesion amongst our soldiers, who we gather soldier them in a significant manner to effectively carry operation have been destroyed by our own ego. Say, Oma want me, Oma work na only under ye. Otherwise, they not even want me to work for Ambazonia if you know go work under some particular people them. So diplomatically, Paul Biya it show the war, say it do everything where they talk, it try best. Now say go to show them, even though no say a lie, but it show them say it try best. It point finger for we say now we will be the problem. The people the way they office surround we, the politicians and all those other voices them. They go shidong them quiet. It come for the military option. That means we will liberate our territory. We do not have that capacity to liberate Ambazonia militarily. The military option and military solutions and those who are preaching the military solutions are not people who love Ambazonia. These are people who are delusional. The possible military victory Ambazonia can have with La République du Cameroon is military operation geared to apply political pressure on the enemy and targeted specifically, for the most part, to apply pressure on the international interests and stake in Ambazonia, which is the direct Haiti solution that focuses on economic sabotage within Ambazonia and within La République du Cameroon. Military operations that secure liberation areas should only help us to build the capacity to do the next step, which is the complete economic sabotage using military force. Right now, Ambazonia have only one option to turn around the table. That option is to appeal for the international community that something have changed from our past experiment with the various ideology and the various approaches that has only alienated our people and isolated our struggle from the vast majority of our population. Ambazonian must do 3 things. 1, align its ideological projection or trajectory with international law and order. Because whatever we have put forth as our story has only enabled Paul Biya to define Ambazonian struggle as the creation of a new country that never exists. Even though we believe in our heart that we are fighting to restore the former British Southern Cameroon, how we have projected it is not in line with the international law and the world-based order that we now live in. It is for this reason that no matter how we have tried, the international media, research centers keep on referring to the creation of Ambazonia, the creation of a new country, because our QR have been wrong, completely wrong, and those are things we must address. The second and the most important thing is the Ambazonian leadership must take responsibility of the conduct of our forces. We cannot be listened to anymore by the international community when we claim to represent our country, but we pick and choose the conduct that represents us as a people. Our forces must stop excesses completely to a significant level that our population's life will significantly be improved. Ambazonian soldiers that carries out kidnapping for ransom, that puts draconian policies, that create strain between our population and the forces should know that their actions are counterproductive. That is why it is very important that we abandon such laws like the banning of the brasseries that is discriminatory against other brewery industry like Guinness Cameroonese and UBC Cameroonese. And those people who bring this stupid ideology that Guinness is support, if you allow Guinness, it means that they are paying tax to La République. That is so ridiculous, because even Savon pay tax to La République du Cameroon. We must focus to state-owned companies that are enlisted in Cameroon's portfolio, economic portfolio in the international community, and stop chasing shadows that only makes the relationship between our community and our forces to be strained. Thirdly, Ambazonia must appeal to moderate voices and camps that do not represent the aspiration of independence if we must be seen as representing our territory in its entirety. If we can do these three things successfully in a collective manner, the international community perhaps may be interested in our struggle and in our plight. Right now, the international community is no longer interested. No matter what Pobia is doing to us, no matter what our people are dying, they are not interested in any significant manner in a way that will protect our people and stop the carnage. The world is a very, very bad place, and our people should know that the expectation that we have of international law being implemented by those countries that are strong is not realistic. Those countries only implement things when it is convenient for them and when it is for their interests, and not just because it is right or because people are dying. Ambazonian struggle is not a priority to the international community. We must know where we stand so that we can better our own chances on how we can come out of this war. We can either win this war, preserve our chances to have independence in the future by securing constitutional autonomy that grants our people the rights to govern themselves, or we will completely lose this war. These are the three possibilities that we have. Right now, things are moving towards the direction of complete loss. Right now, if we don't turn things around, Ambazonian will face complete loss within 1 or 2 years. From the beginning of January till today, Ambazonians have carried 36 registered attacks against La République du Cameroon. The ADF have carried out 6 attacks against La République du Cameroon amongst those 36. That will tell you the percentage of the AGOVC in terms of our actions on the ground against the enemy. The remaining forces, the ARF, with no center command and control structure, 80% of whom have dissociated themselves with their political leadership, have been doing as well a marvelous job. Even Tifman Sako have registered 3 attacks with Cameroon casualties. These are attacks with casualties that have been confirmed, not just attacks against La République, but attacks that have had casualties that are on the record. Sokadev as well have registered 5 separate attacks that has resulted to casualties. The major attacks against La République du Cameroon this year have been that of Sokadev, launched by late General Transporter, and the dark forces that I had placed under I had claimed their actions over the ADF that carried out the attack targeting brasseries drinks in Balangi between Kumba Road, that was successful and killed 6 Cameroon terrorist military. The forces of FM Lucifer, the forces of Boyo, the forces across our territory, many of them, I don't need to name all those 30 attacks, those over 30 attacks that our soldiers have carried out that have been registered internationally. These are not just Ambazonian statistics, these are internationally recorded attacks that have been published, that have carried out in our territory. For us to win this war, or for us to stop the killings, we must attain one of these 3 objectives. Either we lost, or we preserve our independence by obtaining constitutional autonomy that guarantees our self-governance, or we win and have our independence. One of these solutions will come one way or the other. The last options will require Ambazonia continue the way we are, with people playing mind games of our people with delusional idea. The second two options will rely exclusively on Ambazonians' actions. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing out, looking out for you.